Okay, number 5 is going to be Tyreek Hill. Last year actually was number 2. He's had some tremendous years out in Miami. Obviously, I think this year was a little bit of a setback. A lot of injuries. I know that Tua got injured, so it didn't help his numbers and stats, but whatnot, he's still effective, he's still impactful, and he's still Tyreek Hill, man. He's still quote unquote the cheetah. So overall, yeah, I mean he's been doing this for a while. I really want to know if after his contract he does plan to retire, because he did say this contract that he put with Miami would be his last one. I just want to know if he'll follow through with that or if he's going to continue to play football. It would be nice to see him obviously make the strides to continue putting more on his resume and potentially a Hall of Fame type uh, you know, path for him. So, because he's had great numbers, he's been almost unguardable at times. So, I do like Tyreek Hill a lot. Very entertaining. He's 31 years old, 9 years in the league. He's got 2 years, $63.65 million. 17 games that he played, 81 receptions for 959 yards, 6 touchdowns, 56.4 yards per game, 292 yards after the catch, and 1 broken tackle. No playoffs for the Miami Dolphins this year, so, didn't get to see him in action there. A part of me wants to see him stay here and try to make it known that they can go to the playoffs and make a statement that way. A part of me is like, man, he should have stayed in Kansas City, where he could have won more Super Bowls and been a lot more impactful, especially for Pat Mahomes. But again, he took the money, he took the different path, he took a different way, and he's been pretty effective. Hopefully his numbers go up, and I want to see him achieve a lot more this coming year, though. 4, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Last year he was number 7. Yeah, Amon-Ra has just elevated his game every single year. He's gotten better. He's been a better wide receiver number 1, and he's obviously becoming a really good leader, a consistent player for Detroit, and obviously Jared Goff's kind of go-to man. So, he is very entertaining. I enjoy seeing him, and I want him to continuously uh, progress and continuously get better at his craft, because he really has the ability of being top 3 for a long time if he puts his mind to it. Obviously, there's a lot of receivers that have the potential as well to be top 3 for a long time. So, but Amon Ra definitely very deserving of being right here, right now. 25 years old, 4 years in the league, 4 years, $105.5 million. 17 games that he played, 115 receptions for 1,263 yards, 12 touchdowns, 74.3 yards per game, 1 fumble, 412 yards after the catch, and 3 broken tackles. He had a game that he played, obviously the divisional. He had 8 receptions for 137 yards. Obviously in that loss to the Redskins, or to the Commanders, I apologize. Um, he was third in touchdowns. He was fifth in receiving yards. He was second in receptions. He was also 11th in Offensive Player of the Year. He was a Pro Bowler, and he also made the first team All Pro. So good on him. Very deserving. I'm excited to see what he does and continuously does. And yeah, I mean, Detroit does have a positive here. Hopefully, Jameson Williams comes out from the shadows and definitely has a breakout year as well. So number 3, CeeDee Lamb. Last year, number 4. He's moving up one spot, and honestly, very deservingly so. He's definitely the most uh, the biggest threat on the Dallas Cowboys offense. Definitely need to know where he's at all times. He need to have the best corner on him. But he's so agile. He plays the game such prowess, with confidence, and he loves doing it. He's having fun out there. So, CeeDee Lamb is just his athletic ability is off the chain. He's quick, great route runner. So yeah, I mean I enjoy watching him, and Dallas they're lucky to have a guy like this for since he's been drafted there. So Dak obviously appreciates it. That's his number one guy. So overall, CeeDee Lamb has been tremendous and has gotten better every single year. 26 years old, 5 years in the league, 4 years, $114.8 million. 15 games that he played, 101 receptions for 1,194 yards, 6 touchdowns, 79.6 yards per game with a fumble, 537 yards after the catch, 11 broken tackles. He was seventh in yards per game. He was eighth in yards, seventh in receptions, a Pro Bowler, and a second team All Pro. Again, he had an outstanding year, very deserving. Obviously, he could be a top three guy for a long time. And yeah, I mean, just continues to showcase his talent. And yeah, he's just one of the most entertaining receivers in the league. Number two, Jamar Chase. Last year actually was number nine. He's went up the ranks extremely high, which is not a surprise. But like I said, I wanted to see more out of him, and he balled out this year, completely balled out. I think he's going to stay at this number for a long time. I think, his numbers are going to continuously get to this range. Maybe not exactly to this range, but I can see him having 100 plus receptions for multiple seasons. And obviously, I can see his prime years getting 1,800 yards, especially with, schemes and offenses and whatnot. And obviously, when you have a quarterback like Joe Burrow, he's going to throw you the rock. So that is his go-to man, and I think Jamar Chase is going to do wonders here. 25 years old, 4 years in the league, 4 years, $161 million, 17 games played, 127 receptions, 1,708 yards, 17 touchdowns, 100.5 yards per game, 787 yards after the catch, and 11 broken tackles. He was first in yards per game. He was a Pro Bowler. He was a first team All Pro. He was third in Offensive Player of the Year, eighth in the MVP race, and he did get the Triple Crown, which is first in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. So, again, good for him. Great year. Obviously, tremendous all-time year. Obviously, can he repeat that? It's hard to repeat Triple Crowns, right? But in general, I think you repeat similar numbers, and he's lethal, and it's great to see from the first time when he dropped a pass, I believe, in ESPN, counting it as, oh, he's going to be a draft bust to where we're at now. And, he is a dangerous, dangerous receiver. It makes it a headache for the AFC North in that division to deal with him twice a year. But yeah, I mean, he's well deserving of being here, and number two is a good ranking for him right now. Number one receiver in the NFL is going to be Justin Jefferson still. He was last year number one receiver. I don't think anything's changing from this list at all, from him to drop down at all. With just what he's been able to do, it's been phenomenal. Obviously, the trajectory, hopefully, for him would be, play a long time and try to break some Jerry Rice records, honestly. I mean, he's got the ability with so many QBs, different QBs, to still be as productive as he is. It's impressive, and he is a definitely a generational talent. So Justin Jefferson has been tremendous. I love seeing him play. He made Sam Darnold who he is to get a gigantic contract. So Justin Jefferson deserves a lot of credit for those QBs being successful. The Kirk Cousins, uh, you know, and the Sam Darnolds, and I mean, I'm pretty sure they had Case Keenum at one point. So like, it wasn't great QBs, right? But he made it work. Justin Jefferson made it work, and that's very admirable to see from a young player. 26 years old, 5 years in the league, 4 years, $121.1 million. He played 17 games. He had 103 receptions for 1,533 yards, 10 touchdowns, 90.2 yards per game, one fumble, 487 yards after the catch, and five broken tackles. The one playoff game, he had five receptions for 58 yards. But he was second in yards per game. He was sixth in touchdowns. He was second in receiving yards. He was sixth in receptions. He was seventh as the Offensive Player of the Year voting. He was a Pro Bowler, and again, another first team All Pro. So this is definitely a guy that could trajectory. His trajectory can be Hall of Fame status, absolutely. He's, like I said, a generational talent, and I just want to see what he does next year, especially with having a possibility of having a stable QB that is young and drafted in JJ McCarthy. Obviously, Justin Jefferson, I think, will fit in just well. He might look make just JJ McCarthy look like a superstar. Maybe if he's not really one, right? But I think he just makes QBs just a lot better, and he makes offenses run, and he seems to be always open, which is crazy to me. But it just goes to show the footwork and the route running and all the work that he continues to do to be the best. And so, yeah, Justin Jefferson, number one receiver, no question about it. And yeah, no, it's nice to see him continuously getting better, even in some rough situations.